We have some brand new information on the third round of $1,400 stimulus checks from the Social Security Administration Commissioner, Andrew Saul. He just released a statement on the official SSA website. Andrew Saul said in a statement, "I want to provide an important update about the Social Security Administration's processing of the economic impact payments under the American Rescue Plan Act. It was the substantial efforts of the SSA that successfully overcame the fact that the IRS did not have a mechanism to automatically identify supplemental security income recipients, some of the most financially insecure people in America. It was SSA that pushed the prior administration and Congress to allow us to send the IRS a file of those individuals who do not receive Forms SSA 1099 so that the IRS could automatically issue economic impact payments to them. We now know why third stimulus checks for SSI, Ssdi, VA, railroad retirement, and survivors beneficiaries are being delayed. All along, it was the Internal Revenue Service who did not have the correct information and files to send out the $1,400 payments to millions of Americans. That is so crazy. The IRS knew that it did not have the necessary information needed to send out the stimulus checks, but the agency did not do anything about it. The IRS left millions of innocent Americans in the dark for months, and this is really upsetting. I'm just glad that the SSA is finally taking action." Saul also stated, SSA discussed with Treasury and the IRS, both before passage and after enactment of the $1.9 trillion bill, that the Social Security Act does not allow the agency to use our administrative appropriation to conduct work on any non-mission provision or program. Accordingly, we were not authorized to substantively engage Treasury or IRS prior to the American Rescue Plan's passage. Instead, upon passage, we were required to pursue a reimbursable agreement with the IRS because we received no direct appropriation through the passed bill. From the outset of discussions, we kept congressional staff apprised of the hurdles of this approach would create for the SSA, and we have continued to update them on our progress to the IRS as we completed the required interagency agreements. I just don't understand why it's taking the agency so long to fix all of this mess. And it's crazy how the Social Security Administration and Internal Revenue Service still have not announced a delivery date or deadline for the Americans that receive government benefits like SSI or Ssdi. It's been 2 weeks since President Joe Biden signed the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan into law, and Americans need that money now. The Social Security has now sent files to the Internal Revenue Service that could free up outstanding stimulus payments to nearly 30 million Americans. So you can expect to receive your next stimulus checks very soon, which is very great news, everyone. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will answer them as soon as possible. Please subscribe to my channel so you may get the latest stimulus news and updates. To help all of you, I will be posting a few times a day to bring you any new information from the IRS or Direct Express. Please share this video with your friends and family so we can help as many people as we can finally get their third stimulus check. There are still many Americans claiming that the IRS and SSA are not sending out stimulus checks to some Americans on purpose. And in response, Saul released a statement on Thursday, strongly denying those claims. Andrew Saul said the Social Security Administration was initially limited in how much it could do based on how its role is defined by the Social Security Act and the terms outlined in the American Rescue Plan Act. Mr. Saul also stated, once we were free to move forward, we aggressively worked with Treasury and the IRS to issue these payments. Social Security employees have literally worked day and night with the IRS staff to ensure that the electronic files of the Social Security and SSI recipients are complete, accurate, and ready to be used to issue the payments. And as of 8:48 a.m. this morning, the necessary files were transferred to the IRS, thus allowing the payments to make their way to the beneficiaries. While I am glad that Democratic lawmakers want to promptly send out the $1,400 stimulus checks, there are a group of Democratic lawmakers who have stated, now the IRS needs to do its job and get these overdue payments out to suffering Americans. Further delays will not be tolerated by this committee. So what are your thoughts on all of this, everyone? I'm really interested in knowing. Please leave your comments below. That is the end of the video for now. I really hope you do find this video helpful. Please make sure to enter the $50 Amazon gift card giveaway.
Welcome back. So we want you to keep an eye out. The IRS says another round of stimulus payments should be hitting bank accounts today. But that's not the case for everyone. Some of you might experience delays or circumstances that make the process a little slower. Liza Lucas took your question straight to our financial expert. Liza, one thing that can impact the speed of your stimulus payment is the status of your tax return. We should know this by now, right? And we got a question about that.
That's right. You know, every situation is different, so we've been trying to take your specific questions to our financial expert for some clarification, and that includes Jeffrey's question, who wrote on our 11 Alive Facebook page that he has not gotten his first or second stimulus check because he says the IRS is still processing his 2019 taxes. So we checked in with Andrew Poulos, our financial expert, who confirmed the IRS is indeed still processing some 2019 paper returns.
If you have paper filed, I can tell you that they are still backlogged, trying to get through all those tax returns. It's going to take some time, particularly because they're processing last year's returns in addition to have to dealing with this year's filing season.
So Andrew says, be patient, Jeffrey. The IRS is dealing with short staffing, he says, the pandemic, people working from home, and sending multiple rounds of stimulus checks. Andrew says all of this can slow down the process and advises checking irs.gov to see if your return is still pending. We'll stay on top of that as well. In the meantime, Carolyn had a question for us this morning too. She said, why are the seniors the last, those on Social Security, to get the stimulus checks? Well, we checked in with Andrew about that delay.
The first batch of checks that they can get are direct deposit. Those who file returns, a lot of seniors and retirees don't have a filing requirement and don't file returns. And so therefore the IRS has to reach out to the Social Security Administration and other federal agencies to compile a list because they're nowhere in the IRS system if they don't file a tax return.
So a rolling process when it comes to a lot of these checks, and we've been texting with some of you behind the scenes who had questions for us this morning. I got this one in via text. Some of you getting payment status not available when you're checking that Get My Payment tool via the IRS. And we had a question about whether you needed to go ahead and file those 2020 taxes in order to get your stimulus. So this is kind of a two-parter. Let's start with why you might be getting payment status not available. It's either because the IRS doesn't have enough information and they say they're working on that, or you're not eligible for a payment. So you want to check your 2019 return information or 2020 return information. You don't have to file that 2020 return in order to be eligible. It's going to be based on whichever one you most recently filed. So that's important information there to have on hand, and we're compiling all of this as we get it in,
which is scheduled for tomorrow. All you need to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and then comment below. Thank you and have a very, very blessed day.